Hey guys, welcome back to ZilchCraft. I'm Brim, he's Grum, and this is episode 8. Now what are we going to do today? Well, we are going to get started on the project we were talking about at the beginning of the last episode, which is our auto wheat farm. And you know what? We better go sleep. We don't have that lit up out there well enough yet to prevent mob spawns, so sleeping is the key. Although maybe we should drag our bed out here. I did move the bed inside. It is night. Let me sleep. I did move our bed inside because every once in a while I was having a zombie or something spawn outside, and he'd walk up towards the bed where we were sleeping at, and therefore we couldn't sleep. So I just broke the bed down and brought it inside. Now, in looking at this area out here, I haven't quite yet been able to decide. We've got the 18 by 18 laid out, right? 18 by 18, which is 4 farms. It means 4 single points of water will water the entire thing. But I can't decide. We either have to terraform the land, right? We either have to take the land up or down. So we get level ground in here, and I'm thinking, actually, looking at it now, I think we'll do both. I think we'll level everything off because there's a natural shelf over here as well, right? Here's yet another level. So I think what we'll do is maybe level everything off to this level, which will mean removing part of this, bringing this down, and bringing this over here up. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Although I actually that actually means I have to lower it too, so that we can get our redstone and stuff in. Okay, let me get busy tearing out some ground here. I just wanted you guys to know what I was doing here, and honestly I hadn't decided until just now, so it was good that we did that together. So let me get busy terraforming some ground here and try to make where this, because what we're going to end up with obviously is a pretty significantly different looking terrain than what we started with. So let me see if I can't round this out a little bit and make it look a little bit natural. And get everything ready so that we can get this build started. So I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, so it's carved out, but I'm not happy. And it's not that I'm not happy with that. What I'm thinking, let's run back to our storage area. And by the way, one of our next projects has to be getting a real storage area set up. This whole messy set of chests in the basement thing just isn't going to work for us much longer. It's driving me crazy. Hey, there's Kicks. Everybody's starting to log on. It's just after work sorts of hours in the afternoon, so let's take a look. I gathered up a bunch of stained clay. I don't know what I did with it. Where's the stained clay? I don't know. Here, stained clay, hardened clay. Brown hardened clay. How much red? Is that it for the red? Hardened clay, orange. How much actual hardened do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it? So what I was thinking was I might tear out the floor and put in hardened clay down there so that I would know for a fact if I ever ran into that hardened red clay, I would know for a fact to stop digging because I was about to dig into something. How do we make red hardened clay? Red hardened clay. It's 8 and 1, right? Now, as far as rose red goes, we should have a ton of rose red upstairs. Let's go have a look. If nothing else, if I can surround the majority of the area in the red clay, you know, the borders, and then work my way towards the center, at least I'll know if I run into it when I'm digging that I should stop. It's less likely that I would dig into the center of it than it is that I would dig into the edge of it. Yeah, poppies. We've got more than enough rose red. Blam, and blam. So let's take what we do have out here and take a look at that and see. I'm thinking that makes good sense. I'm just thinking it makes really good sense to know, to be able to tell from the bottom of a build where our redstone is at. In the past I have used things like wool to do that, but I don't have a wool farm set up yet. Also on my list of high priorities. So if we were to come over here and say remove yet, I have to be really careful with this shovel. When it comes to dirt, it's a super shovel. If we do that and then run this along through here like this, then we can get at least 1 row. Actually, we can get more than 1 row. Oh, get the right tool out, that would help. Of red hardened clay in here, and I think that might be sufficient. It looks just getting dark on this guy. That is the regular hardened clay, right? Yes, it is. Okay, let me sleep, make it daytime again, and we'll be back in a second. Alright guys, so I am just making some red hardened clay here with the clay we had. Grab that. Here's some more hardened clay. Do I have any more? There's a little bit more. And I think, oh, a little bit more here. I don't know how those got busted up like that, but sure. Is that it? Red, 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 and a little bit left over. Okay. So here's what I was thinking right here. just doing this right here, and it's red, right? So I will know that red equals redstone. Yep, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Cheesy, sure, but if I dig into red clay out here, and we're not in the mesa biome, I'll know exactly what it is, won't I? I'll know to stop digging right then, right there. You know, I can't dial 411 and say, hey, where are my wires buried? So I have to do that myself. So let me see how far I can make this red clay go, and then we'll be back and start laying in some track when we're done with that. Guys, we did indeed come up short with the clay, but we have worked out a deal with Mans to purchase some clay from him. And, oh, I thought he said he was right here at my fishing area. Oh, there he is. There he is. Dun, dun, dun. We are going to buy 4 stacks of clay from him for 16 diamonds. He actually was going to charge me 8 diamonds, and I told him I would pay him double if he would deliver, and he agreed to that. So we should now have enough clay to get finished. Yay! Thank you very much, Mans. We appreciate it. And if you guys haven't checked out his channel, be sure to go do that. Now, I'm going to go back out here and put some more red clay in the ground. Alright guys, the red clay is in, and I don't like that very much. It'll make it super obvious if I'm underground digging and run into it. Now, the next question has to become, where are we going to store the wheat? And actually, did I just put this up one too high? I did. So here's what I have to do now. I have to tear out all that red clay, tear out the floor, move the red clay down one. Back in a minute. Actually, the alternative is to build this up one higher. So what we need an air gap. We need an air gap between where the red clay is and where our dirt is going to be, because that's where our hopper cart will run. And what I suddenly got to thinking about is zombies who want to get to our villager. If this is sunken down one and this level up here is higher by one, they're going to have an easier time getting into the farm. So you know how earlier we were trying to decide whether or not we we're going to raise this up or lower it down, and I decided to lower it down? I changed my mind. We're raising it up. Yep, that's all there is to it. We're raising it up. Alright, unfortunately it's raining. It sure is. And there's really nothing I can do about it because it's day and I just slept, so we're just going to deal with it for a minute. I think, let's see. What I really should do is find the center of this thing. That would make good sense. Actually, more important than finding the center would be to decide where I'm going to put the grain silo. I think I want it over in this area, which means the unloading area probably needs to be over here on this side. I'm thinking, yeah, because I can bring it up here and then turn it into the grain silo regardless of where I choose to build it, right here in this general area. I'm about 90% certain it's going to get built right in this area, because I'm thinking the house, oh, you know what, when I shaped this, I didn't even think about the fact that I was planning to build a house for the villager out here. Yeah, I still think that'll work. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, I'm not sure exactly how many blocks we're going to need to knock out, but we're obviously going to need to carve out a stair-step pattern like that. I'm thinking maybe that's enough. Yeah. Now, the thing we have to do next is lay in a whole bunch of track. How much track? 324 tracks. It's a little over 5 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I'm actually going to go build some more track. Yep. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just lay all regular track for now. And then probably I'll end up having to run 2 rows of redstone blocks and replace some of it with, well, there's no doubt. It's not a probably. I will absolutely have to replace some of it with powered rail. But for now, we're just going to get all of this in here and then see what it's going to take, because we're just going to make big loops back and forth like this. Now, you may be asking, how will... Nope. I want you to connect there. Yeah. How will I get the minecart back to the beginning? Well, if there's powered rail at the end over there and it runs into a solid wall, it should bounce off and then just come back through the farm. So it should not be a problem, and it should move fast enough that I don't have to worry about it anything despawning, and it should be able to do this whole loop in way less than 5 minutes. So here's what I'm going to do for the next several minutes, is put in minecart track. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm just finishing up crafting some additional powered rail. Let's see. What did I do with them? Set the powered rail. I do not like the fact, the only thing, well, it's not the only thing. There are a couple things I don't like about this texture pack, but there's very little difference in the texture for the rails that makes it very hard to mess with them. So let's see. I'm thinking, so these are 18 long. 18 would be 9. That's going to be 6. If we divide it by 3, we could go 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If my math is right, or my adding is right, counting is right, there's what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the 6th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously we can't do it on the curve, but I guess we could do it right here. So let's break out just a couple of these and see if this will flow. Now what we'll put in here will actually be redstone blocks, and I brought some. Yes, I did. So do that and that, and we need to do the same thing here. And the same thing down here. Did I bring a minecart with a hopper in it? I suspect the answer. Okay, so see, here's what I'm talking about. The only difference in those two textures is that this one's a little wider on the rail. That's bad. That's just very, very bad. Pop these in here like this. We'll need one up here to get things started. Right there, I suppose. And then some regular rail to connect these. Now, obviously, it's not going to make it all the way around because we didn't set it up to do that, but let's build a... Ooh, we're going to put some stuff away. We have supplies. Oh, it's dark. It's dark. We don't want stuff spawning. Hang on. Let me sleep, and we'll be right back. All right. We do have a one-player sleep system installed. Yay, the rain stopped. We do have a one-player sleep system installed, so I'm the only one who needs to sleep in order to actually make it, or anyone else as far as that goes, to make it stop raining. Where can we stick dirt? There we go. Bunch of grass blocks. I do have Silk Touch on that shovel at this point. Let's see. We are going to need a chest to do this. We'll go ahead and make a hopper minecart just to... I don't know that there's any difference in the mechanics or physics of the various minecarts, but you know what? We'll just make the right one to begin with, then we don't have to worry about it. And blam. Alright, now, did we actually power this cart rail down here? No. Silly me. But that's the reason I didn't do that is because it's not going to remain powered this way all the time, but that's okay. Is that the powered rail? It is. See? I tried to put it away because it doesn't look right. Alright, pop this bad boy on there. He should take off. It's not the fastest, but it's oh, look, skeleton over there. Let's see if I can lure him out of the water. Hello, come see me. Oh, he's an idiot. The good news is I think he's bouncing. Oh, there he is. Come on, follow me out of the water. I don't have any weapons on me. Follow me out of the water. You'll regret it. Oh. All right, we're gonna ignore him. So it actually made it pretty good ways over here. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tear out that amount of track all the way across and put in powered rails through there. So I will do that, and then we'll be back to take a look at it in just a minute. And then you realize there's a flaw in your plan. And what's the flaw in my plan? Well, the flaw in my plan is there has to be water in here, which means there has to be a block underneath the water to stop the water. So we're actually going to have to relay out part of the track. If we were to take a look, so 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. Water has to be right there. And then obviously the same thing at the other corners. 1, I'm going to skip that one because it's powered rail. 2, 3, 4. Oh, and this one's right on the powered rail. Nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There'll be water right there. So, I have to figure out a way. That's problematic. I have to figure out a way to get this cart track around the water. So let me think about that for a minute, and then we'll take a look and see if I've figured out a way to make that happen. Back in a second, guys. And then there's that moment when you've been playing with this for almost an hour trying to get your track to lay out correctly, and it won't, and you realize you measured 18 by 18 up here, and now your farm is only 17 by 17. Yep, that's the problem. That's the reason I have been fighting this track and fighting this track and fighting this track, and I'm sure it's only 17 in the other direction too. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So let me fix this, and then I bet I can get this track to fit in here. And finally, there it is. Yep, this covers every block down here. And it was, I'll just say it was a chore. No doubt about it. Now, we need to figure out how far apart. I need to go do some research and see. I don't remember. So I do know that hopper minecarts get heavier as they load, as they get loaded up. So what we need to find is the minimum number of rails that a hopper minecart will move when it's completely full. And that's how close we want to set our power rails. So let me go do some, let me hit the wiki and see if I can find that piece of information, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, well I wasn't able to find the information that I was looking for on the wiki. So what I've done is I've got a powered rail right there, and I've got a fully loaded, I just dropped 5 stacks of grass in there, a fully loaded minecart with hopper, and I think I laid out, I don't know, a dozen rails or so, which should be more than enough. It should slow down long before that, I would think. So we're going to hit the button and just see how far it goes. No far? You didn't go anywhere? That block probably needs to be elevated. Here, let's do this. Grab everything that came spewing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we got them all. We'll grab this track, we'll take that, and we'll use it as the elevated piece of the track. Thank you. We'll drop that up here. Which, there we go, it connected. And, no, we actually need that right here, don't we? Then why didn't you do the right thing the first time around? That is rail, and then this is... Oh, you know what? We need another piece of rail up here. Yep, that's how we get it to slope up. Yep. Silly me, silly me. Is that rail? That's normal rail right there. This is going to impart a little bit of momentum, though, isn't it? It is, because it's actually going to be downhill. That's all right. I think we can get close enough. We'll know whether it's, you know, a 5 or 20, so... Put that up there. That should connect. The button, if we put the button down here... Yep, that does light up, and we should be able to put the cart back together like this. Yep. Place him right there. He should stay there. Give him 5 stacks of items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hit the button. Go. Alright, so we actually kind of started slowing down right in here. I'm going to mark that. And then let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8. About what I figured it was going to be. So let's roll him back one more time. And just see if we can confirm what we thought we saw there. And yes, he definitely starts slowing down right about here. So I'm now going to go and replace every 8th piece of track with a powered rail. Yep. So I'll be back in a bit. All right, guys, here's kind of what I've come up with. Basically, everywhere there was glowstone, I ran a line of redstone and powered rails. Did I do that on the back side over there? I may not have done on the back of that one. And I may not have done on the back of that one because I did it in the middle. I can't really do it in the middle over here because these don't line up. So the only thing I know to do at this point is to toss our cart on here and fill him up and give him a test. Let's see. If I place him down here, I should be able to push him up there, and he's going to want to spring off, right? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. All right. It definitely made it to the first one. Oh, it made it, but just barely. So I think we're going to have to go back over there and put some behind those two. Now, as it goes, it should get nearer and nearer to the next powered rail. Now, obviously, this is completely full, and generally in the outside band out there, it won't be completely full because it will have just come from unloading. I think this is going to be fine. Yep. It should actually be getting faster in here because the powered rail is... Oh, it just barely made it around that corner. And then this is going to scream fast because... Whoop, there we go. Okay, very good. So, the only place we really had a problem was right here, right? So let me replace... I can replace this one for sure. Except that I'm out of powered rail, aren't I? I can make some more. I also need to cycle my client. I've had my client for a while, and it's starting to get laggy. So let me make some more powered rail, let me cycle my client, and I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, I have just retested it, and it's running much better now. I did go ahead and put in the 2 extra lines of powered rail back here. Yep. And added one more right here. And it seems to be doing pretty well. There's still a couple places where it slows down some, but I don't think... I mean, obviously, this cart is fully loaded right now. Yes. Let's see how it does with nothing in it, because it really... I'm thinking it'll be pretty rare that it's completely full. Yeah, with it empty, it just blazes along. So, okay, we're going to wait for that to come back. Meanwhile, we're going to get started on the next piece, which I suppose is laying in a bunch of dirt. Yeah, I would rather not use the grass, just in case we need the grass somewhere else, but I bet I have a bunch of regular dirt somewhere. Let's dump a bunch of stuff out of my inventory that I should not need anymore. We are going to keep our arrows handy because we've been shot at several times. Dirt. Dirt. Is that all the dirt I brought with me? Dirt. Surely I brought more dirt than that. Red clay, dirt. Alright guys, I'm going to gather up dirt. I'm going to get a layer of dirt. The next thing to do is to put a layer of dirt right in on top of all of this rail. So I'm going to get that done. There's certainly no reason to stand here and watch me placing dirt, so we'll be back when that's over. Alright guys, well, it's all... There's dirt everywhere. It has been tilled. It has been planted. And I put a wall up around it. Now, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to have to cut down these trees. Because they could allow something... There might be a way to get up in that tree and then jump over my fence. Yep, and that would be bad. Is there any way... Actually, I'm not seeing a way up here. So maybe I don't have to cut the trees down? That would be nice if I didn't have to cut the trees down. Now what we have to do is test our villager. Now, we've been reserving one villager who we've not done anything with at all. And the reason we've been reserving him is because all of our other villagers are tainted. And what do I mean they're tainted? Well, I mean that they have been running around in that farm area, with the farmers, which means they have quite likely collected wheat, and they've quite likely collected seeds, and they've quite likely collected potatoes and carrots, etc., etc. So, but we've got that one villager whom we've never let out, stuck down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, every villager has 8 inventory slots, so if he has not picked up anything, then he should be able to hold all 8 stacks of these seeds, and that's all we want him holding, because we don't want him to be able to pick up the wheat as he is harvesting it. So what we're going to do, I think if I knock out that block, I'm probably going to have to knock out this and put a block back in there. Alright, drop that, drop this, put that there. Alright, now, I can't see very well. Here, let me get up here. Haha. Now I can see. Alright, so, 1, pick those up, please. Okay. 2. Alright, let's just drop the rest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if he picks all of those up, then his inventory is completely full. Excellent. So we never did taint him. He's never picked up anything else. All he can handle right now is seeds. He's already got seeds in his inventory, and he cannot pick up anything else. So now we've got to get him from down here to up in the farm that we've just built. So I'm going to work on that, and when we get that done, we'll come back and take a look. In the fence! Oh my goodness! Okay, so he's in there, but this was not inexpensive. This was a very costly trip. Take a look at my pickaxe. Yes, you will see that it's not my Silk Touch pickaxe. I did manage to retrieve my bow after I died, but it cost me my pickaxe. I went over right over here, and I dug straight down, and what I discovered was a brand new ravine. Yes, I fell to my death, and there happened to be lava nearby and water nearby, and my pickaxe bounced into the water, and the water pushed it right into the lava. Yep, that happened. So, but he is finally in there, and we should be... Oh, I accidentally picked up some wheat that he dropped on the ground. So he should be dropping wheat all over the place as he goes through. Actually, it looks like all this is ready to harvest. So what we should be able to do should be nothing... Oh, there should be nothing in here. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Should be nothing in here, and we should be able to send it off on its merry little way, and it should run around everywhere, gathering up wheat and bringing it back. Wheat and seeds. It'll pick those two things up. Like I see some seeds laying right there. I think I just saw some wheat disappear from right here. This wheat over here should be disappearing any old moment. Yep. There it went. There went that wheat. Excellent. It's working like a champ. It's working like a champ. Now I just need to design a drop-off point over here so that when the cart pulls up, it'll automatically unload it and then send the cart back out, and it'll sit here and just run from now on, collecting wheat and wheat and wheat and more wheat. Well, guys, this has actually been a fairly lengthy build. It may not seem that way depending on how I chop and cut this hut, but it's been a long build. Trust me, it's been a long build. So I appreciate you hanging out with me today. As always, I know that you could be spending your time doing anything you wanted to do, and you chose to spend your time with me, and I appreciate that very much. And until I see you again, bye-bye.